From UFOs to psychic powers and government conspiracies, history is riddled with unexplained events. You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. It's no secret that the United States and Cuba have had a violent, antagonistic relationship since the island's communist revolution. In 1959, the revolutionary Fidel Castro became Cuba's prime minister. Much to the chagrin of the US government and exiled corporations, Castro led Cuba for decades, even surviving the fall of the Soviet Union. The US spent years pushing for regime change in Cuba, most notably in the disastrous Bay of Pigs invasion, and the US focused on Castro specifically. According to Fabian Escalante, the former head of the Cuban Secret Service, there were over 600 attempts to assassinate Castro. These weren't the usual bullet or plane crash scenarios, and the CIA had some unusual help. Here's where it gets crazy. The first documented plans to assassinate Fidel Castro date back to 1960. Escalante claims that every US president from Eisenhower to Clinton has, at some point, attempted to kill Castro. While it's impossible to verify the specifics of Escalante's claims, it is clear that numerous plots existed. It's also clear that many of the plans never moved past the drawing board. These plans range from the plausible, such as having Castro's mistress poison him, to the outrageous, such as exploding cigars. Many of these assassination attempts involved poison, whether it was to be injected via a hypodermic needle, mixed into a milkshake, or spread inside a wetsuit. But not all of the CIA's alleged plots centered on killing Castro. Plans to dose him with LSD or remove his facial hair were meant to discredit the leader rather than kill him. While these operations might sound ridiculous today, they were treated with the utmost seriousness and secrecy during the Cold War. And, unfortunately, plots to assassinate world leaders are not unusual in the dirty game of international politics. So the CIA's decades-long cat-and-mouse game with Castro wouldn't be that extraordinary if it wasn't for one intensely disturbing detail. According to documents released in 2007, the CIA knowingly worked with members of the Mafia to assassinate Fidel Castro in the 1960s. Before the revolution, the Mafia had immense power in Havana. When Castro took over, he kicked out the crime families along with foreign corporations. With these enormous financial losses, the criminals certainly had the motivation to see Castro dead. Through meetings with a Mafia member named Johnny Roselli, the CIA eventually partnered with Momo Salvatore Gincana and Santos Traficant, the head of the Cosa Nostra in Cuba. The group picked a Cuban official named Juan Orta to carry out the assassination with poison pills. Orta eventually wanted out of the plot, and despite partnering with organized crime, the CIA was yet again unsuccessful. But this failure did not dissuade the US. The BBC documentary 638 Ways to Kill Castro covers the Mafia's attempts, as well as several more alleged schemes. But this isn't the end of the story. In fact, the tales of the CIA and Castro seem to grow with each passing decade. For example, some conspiracy theorists believe that the leaked plots to assassinate Castro were actually a red herring, a way to distract people from the upcoming assassination of President Kennedy. There's little evidence to support this claim, but in this case, the facts are astounding enough. Though the CIA describes many of these assassination attempts as laughably inept, the US really did spend decades trying to kill Fidel Castro, and many assume that we still don't have access to the entire story. Were the CIA's activities with Castro a fluke, or did they set a precedent? Are we still in the assassination business? And, if so, who are we targeting today? For now, that's the stuff they don't want you to know.
Our goal is not the victory of might, but the vindication of right. Not peace at the expense of freedom, but both peace and freedom here in this hemisphere, and we hope around the world. God willing, that goal will be achieved. Thank you and good night.